Alright guys, welcome back. It's LSP. It's currently the 10th of February 2020. Just want to do a very quick overview of the EURJPY study trades that we have going on over at Patreon. There's another trade that I have open as well, which is part of the study that we're doing this week. But basically, a couple of things that I want to just make a note of before we start. I'm always going to try my best, to put these trades out there, so you guys can see them live, over at Patreon. And I don't want to go on about Patreon too much. I don't want you guys to think I'm trying to plug it all the time. But over at Patreon, when I do the look ahead, and then I'll go through some of the ideas that we're looking to, to trade this week. And it's not every week, obviously, but I'm always looking to try and put something out there every week because we like to study price. But when I do that, the idea is to illustrate before the fact, what makes sense, and to build the confidence of the trader when they're looking at these things, to have the confidence to take the trades when they're there. Because ultimately, if you see somebody doing it and it's consistent, which it has been for many months. This is not just like a one-time thing, guys. I do this all the time, but I like to do it live. I like to do it before the fact. I don't want to, be one of these guys who kind of says, yep, and if price came up here and I got in at 121.14 exactly, and then got out exactly right now, then I would have made 1,000,000 pips, and I'd be down at Goldsmiths, buying a stainless steel Sky Dweller. What are you talking about? Let's see it real. Let's see it in real time. Okay, so people know what you're talking about. You can apply the methodology that you're talking about, and help traders, help build a trader's confidence, so they can look at what you're talking about and say, do you know what? Yes, it makes sense, and this is something that I can apply in my own personal trading. I don't want to sound arrogant. I do a lot of YouTube bashing. I go on YouTube and I watch a lot of videos, and I hear a lot of stuff, and it's kind of all the same regurgitated shit, really. Even people who are out there that are putting out some incredible content still don't talk about their live trades. They still don't go on about the stuff that makes sense. They're just kind of, let me just turn this down, guys. They just kind of mumble to themselves, and people listen, and then, there's some good information there, but then there's no consistency, or there's no verification of what you're actually looking at. Now you can see here, I opened 3 trades on this. I did a 120.15 entry, which is a few pips underwater. I did a 120.25 entry, and I did a 120.30 entry, I believe it was. Either way, I stacked the orders. So when the market opened on Sunday, I stacked the orders going into this run and into this area here. And obviously I got filled. It just shows the average position here. So the average position is at 120.22. I'm currently up on these positions right now. So if I just take a quick look, you see it doesn't show up on here either. I'm just looking at the app, guys. Nope, I don't want to exit. Oh, sorry. Do you know what? I'm looking at my phone. I've got a widget on my phone, and it says I'm 82 or 83 cents up, and it's the other trade that I've got open. I was wondering what that was, because it's only 71 here. But the point is, anyway, I'm up. If I was to close the position right now in terms of pips, I'd be up on all 3 positions, and I'm happy, perfect, lovely trade. But let's look at the reason why. Sorry for the rant, guys, but let's look at the reasons, behind this kind of, this idea, and why I jumped into. Now, we've had a lot of weakness in euro recently, which has been prevalent. It's obvious. I had a beautiful run on the dollar, which again, as far as I'm concerned, was all obvious, pretty easy. But with all of that said, with the weakness on the euro and the strength on the dollar, and some of the some of the strength coming into some of the Japanese yen pairs and the Japanese yen in general. If you take a look at the Nikkei index, you'll see there's a little bit more upside on the Nikkei. Everything kind of points to euro getting battered. So we need to kind of look for reasons, and I don't always do it that way. But I'm a technical analyst first. I always like to look at charts, break shit down, you know, and anything else is just a bonus as far as I'm concerned, confirmation. But and maybe I need to just jump up to the daily, so I'll just show you. You know, when you kind of look at the daily here, you see we've had a nice level taken out up here, beautiful drop lower. You know, takes out all the liquidity here. We've had the shitty little bounce here, you know, and then it negates here. Yeah, so we've got a really nice reversal here, and then that last little push back up, you know, is an area where there's still open liquidity below. It still makes sense. Price wants to go down there. The higher time frames in play. I need confirmation. I need to find reasons, right, to you know, to be comfortable jumping into a trade like this. You know, it's not just random haphazard. Let's just jump in for the sake of jumping in. You mark your levels, you have ideas. This is really refined, to be honest. I actually refined this entry all the way down to the 15-minute. Okay, and I was kind of looking how the 15-minute was forming, and I was looking for small areas or pockets of imbalances on the 15-minute chart, which confirmed what the hourly was doing. The hourly confirmed what the 4-hour was doing, and then the 4-hour confirmed what the weekly was doing. I skipped the daily, right? And then obviously you can see this really nice drop so far. You know, the drop itself, we never know if it's going to be, you know, a pretty aggressive drop. We never know if it's going to be quick. We don't know if it's going to be, you know, a few days, a week, you know, a couple of hours, half an hour. You never really know. I mean, this is always nice to see, you know, but if it ground its way down there and just nice grind to profit, I'm happy with that as well. It really makes no difference to me. As long as it gets down there, and as long as the analysis is correct, as long as everything makes sense, you know. So that's the EURJPY trade. And I will just quickly bounce over to the Aussie dollar USD. This one's a little bit more refined in the respect of the reason why I'm in this trade. It's a little bit sloppier, this. Not as clean, but a little bit more refined in the analysis and what I had to do to arrive at the Aussie dollar JPY. And I actually did this live during the look ahead. I actually opened this trade live during the look ahead. The Aussie dollar is a very slow mover as it is anyway. But, you know, I don't know how long I'm going to be in this trade. If I don't get a little bit more downside, I wouldn't really want to see it much past this point here, to be honest. So if it kind of bounces up here and it's hovering around here, I may just close the trade. You know, I'd like to see it kind of here. You know, I know that sounds like an obvious thing to make, because like statement to make, because I want to, you know, I want to be in profit. But in terms of confirmation, you know, I've seen what I want to see up here. I'm happy with the way that things have formed. I'm happy with the hourly, so on and so on. But I want to see price kind of take this low out now and just kind of be hovering around here. Then I'll have more confidence, because this is a longer term play. I was talking about a 150 pip move. I think it's shift. Still getting used to, yeah. You're talking about, you know, just over 150 pips. Okay, so you know, that's what I want to see on this. You know, this is a longer term play. This is kind of dragging out the time factor. I'm going to be showing some swing trading stuff over at Patreon as well, which is going to be a completely separate thing, a system I've been working on for the last couple of years. So we shall see. All right. So they're the trades. And again, just want to show it. Just want to show it so it's real. You guys know that we've been tracking the EURJPY. I do a lot of work on the EURJPY when it's necessary, you know, over on the Forex Factory thread. So you guys can see the stuff that I go through. We've had a nice long running study on this for, you know, for quite a while, all driving up into that monthly area, you know, and seeing that weekly reversal and so on and so on and so on. And yeah, so I'll leave it at that, guys. I hope everyone's well, and I will catch up with you in, I guess, the next update. Take care.